If you've got a dog here in Bentonville, you know this community is all about getting outside and enjoying everything it has to offer. So let's talk about finding the right training support to make sure your best friend can be a great companion on all those adventures.
I mean, picture it for a second. You're enjoying a beautiful afternoon on the Bentonville Square, maybe grabbing a coffee, and your dog is just lying there calmly at your feet. That's the dream, right? Well, good training is what makes moments like that happen, and we're going to walk through exactly how you can get there. So to help you feel really confident in your choice, we're going to cover 5 key things. We'll start with why training in our town is a little unique, then get into what good training actually looks like, what you can expect to pay, the most important questions to ask, and finally, some local rules and resources you'll definitely want to know. First up, let's talk about training, specifically for life here in Bentonville, because the skills your dog learns really should match the places you want to go together. A well-behaved dog can be a welcome guest almost anywhere around here, from the busy trails at Slaughter Pen to the bustling farmer's market on a Saturday. The right training prepares your dog for all these different spots, making sure they're confident and polite, whether you're on a quiet walk or in a big crowd.
Okay, so you want your dog to be happy and comfortable in all those places, but what should you actually look for in a trainer? Let's break down the basics of modern, effective dog training.
You're going to hear this term a lot, positive reinforcement. And really, it's considered the gold standard today. All it means is rewarding the behavior you want to see more of. This approach isn't just kinder, it actually builds a stronger bond and makes learning fun for your dog.
Now, on the other hand, this is really important. A good trainer should never ever rely on fear, pain, or intimidation. Things that use tools like prong or shock collars can actually create more problems, like anxiety or even aggression. The key thing to remember is that humane methods just get better, more reliable results in the long run.
So, how can you tell if a trainer really knows their stuff? Well, you can look for certifications. These letters aren't just fancy jargon. They show that a trainer has passed some tough exams and is committed to staying up to date on animal behavior. For general manners, a CPD-TK is great, but if you're dealing with more serious issues like severe fear, you'll want to look for a behavior consultant certification.
Okay, now that you know what to look for in a trainer's methods and credentials, let's get into the practical side of things, the different types of training programs, and what you can probably expect to invest.
Generally, you've got 2 main options, group classes or private training. Group classes are awesome for puppies or for practicing skills around other dogs in a controlled way. Private in-home training is perfect when you need to tackle specific things right where they happen, like barking at the window or jumping on guests when they walk in.
This table should give you a pretty good idea of average cost right here in the Bentonville area. A 6-week group class is often the most affordable way to go. Private lessons will cost more per hour, but they're completely customized to you. And then you have more intensive options like a board and train, where your dog actually stays with the trainer. That's a big investment, but it's for some pretty significant results.
All right, you know what to look for and you have an idea of the budget. Now it's time to actually talk to a potential trainer. Let's run through the must-ask questions.
Think of this as your cheat sheet for that first call. You'll want to confirm they use positive reinforcement, ask about those certifications we mentioned, and make sure they'll create a plan that's tailored to your dog. It's also super smart to ask how they track progress and, of course, to get a clear understanding of all the costs and policies up front.
Being a great dog owner here in Bentonville isn't just about training. It's also about knowing the local rules and where you can go to have fun and practice all those new skills.
Here are the big ones to know. Bentonville has a leash law, which means your dog needs to be on a leash that's 6 feet or shorter anytime you're not on your own property. State law also requires a current rabies tag to be on their collar, and this is a great one. Our city has no breed-specific bans, so rules are based on a dog's behavior, not their breed.
So you've done the training, you know the rules. Now for the fun part. Where can you actually go to put it all into practice? Well, Bentonville has some fantastic options. For safe, fenced-in, off-leash practice, you've got the Downtown Bark Park and Mercy Park. For working on those loose-leash walking skills with real-world distractions, the Razorback Greenway is just perfect. And for practicing how to be calm in a beautiful, quiet setting, you really can't beat Compton Gardens.
Kicking the right trainer is really the first big step toward a more enjoyable life with your dog. When you invest in good training, it builds confidence for both of you, and it just opens up so many more ways to enjoy everything our amazing community has to offer. We wish you the very best on your journey to having a wonderful canine companion here in Bentonville.